From the state capitol, Tonight Live starts with breaking news.
Denise and my prayers go out to the family and to everyone who knows this man. And I want to thank everyone for all of the work they did this past week when all West Virginians came together.
A mine foreman is being hailed a hero tonight after giving his life to help save his fellow miners. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amanda Barron. A little more than 5 days after the Rolling Thunder mine in Nicholas County started taking on water, Stephen Lipscomb is being remembered for what he did to protect the lives of others. We have team coverage for you this evening from across our region, from outside the mine to Lipscomb's hometown. Here's what we can tell you tonight. A two-man rescue crew found him after the water went down significantly. It was just before 7:40 this morning. Lipscomb was 42 years old, a foreman from Elkview. His employer, Alpha Metallurgical Resources, says he was last seen attempting to ensure his crew made it out safely, and those 17 men did. Let's go to our team coverage for you. Delaney Wells and Savannah Young are standing by with reaction from community leaders and energy officials. Blake DeJarnett is in Lipscomb's hometown of Elkview in Kanawha County, where neighbors are calling him a hero. We begin tonight with Jackson Brzezinski, who's in Nicholas County, outside of the mine where that rescue is now a recovery mission. Jackson, we know the governor will be on the ground there shortly.
Yeah, Amanda, the governor is actually here with me right now. Governor Patrick Morrisey, if you want to come in and join me here. Obviously, we know you're going to have a press conference here in a few minutes, and we're glad to have you on here on Tonight Live. Just tell me about how you're feeling about the whole situation tonight.
Well, look, this is a very difficult situation. It's a tragedy for West Virginia. I will say this, so many of his colleagues have stepped up, and they tried so hard to help save him. This was, by all accounts, a very good man, and based upon the reports that we're hearing, he was really trying hard to help his fellow miners as the water came in. And this is such a difficult situation because the more we're learning is that there are tens of millions of gallons of water. So when you're trying to dewater, it can take days and days, very difficult circumstances. So I know West Virginians are praying for Stephen and Heather, his wife. I had a chance to talk briefly with her today, and West Virginians, they have their back, and all the feedback. It's a sad day, but I want to send a message that West Virginia is going to stand behind that family, and we're going to remember them and honor them appropriately. And we all had hope, and we have kept going, but I know that I think through his sacrifice, I hope we can remember what he did. And one thing I learned today, I didn't know that he was a Marine. He actually was in Iraq. He's a Purple Heart winner. That makes it even tougher. You know, we just had the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Marine Corps, and here we have a guy that gave it all many years ago, gave it all again. So it's a tough thing. But, you know, our prayers, First Lady and I talked about it. We're praying for the family, and we want to make sure we honor him the right way.
And Governor, I want to mention too, a lot of the community effort has gone into this as well, just in the surrounding community here in Nicholas County. How much does it mean to you as governor of the state to have people supporting this family and supporting through prayer, as you mentioned, through social media and things like that? How much does that mean to you as governor of this great state?
I mean, it means a lot, because I think West Virginians come together during times of tragedy, and everyone's on the same team. And I was encouraged. I was reading some of the stuff online where people said, put aside all the bickering back and forth, and actually social media was not as toxic as it normally was, because people were focusing on the right things. And, you know, sometimes it takes a tragedy for that to happen, but I was encouraged by all the incredible comments throughout West Virginia in recent days, and I think that's because they view Stephen as a quintessential West Virginian. I mean, the fact that he's distinguished and he had served in the Marine Corps, had the Purple Heart, and here are the things he did here to help his colleagues. I think that's a great West Virginia story. And while the result was not what we were hoping, it was terrible on so many levels. I think people can remember his spirit and remember his strength. And it just reinforces the West Virginia spirit is indomitable. And I know that the family will take that with them for forevermore.
Well, Governor, thank you so much for your time. We look forward to hearing you speak in our press conference here tonight as well. So thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, Amanda, we're going to send it back to you. That you just heard from Governor Patrick Morrisey, and we'll continue to cover as he is on the ground here in Nicholas County as well. But for now, live in Nicholas County, Jackson Rosinski for Tonight Live.
Jackson, thank you so much. Our coverage continues tonight in Kanawha County. Blake DeJarna joins us in his hometown of Elkview, and you spoke to people who knew him best. No doubt they are just devastated tonight.
Well, absolutely, Amanda. It has been a heartbreaking day here in Elkview. The people I spoke with today are understandably struggling to cope with the loss of a man that I've been told was a pillar in this community. 42-year-old Steve Lipscomb has been described to me as a loving husband, an outstanding father to his 2 daughters, a man of faith, and someone who deeply cared about the well-being of his fellow man as a veteran of the United States Marine Corps. A resident informed me of the school that his daughters attends, telling me that some of the people who were closest to the family worked there. When I arrived at the school and told a staff member my reason for the visit, they immediately broke down in tears. They told me they held a moment of silence at the school this morning and are doing everything they can to love and support the Lipscomb family as they continue on through this tragedy. I then stopped by a church that Lipscomb had attended, and the staff there are equally as heartbroken. They're asking for privacy as the congregation continues to mourn this devastating loss. When Lipscomb was seen last, he was reported to be escorting his crew out of the flooding mines. His actions saved the lives of 17 men. I've been told this fact is not at all surprising to anybody who knew him. Lipscomb has been described as a strong, courageous, deeply caring man, and his sacrifice will surely never be forgotten. Now, Lipscomb's family, church, and friends are asking for privacy and prayer as they continue to mourn the loss of a man that everybody is calling a hero. Reporting live from Elkview, Blake DeJarna, Tonight Live.
All right, Blake, thank you so much. We want to go back to Nicholas County. That's where Savannah Young is standing by outside the Rolling Thunder mine, and the community is feeling the weight of the tragedy. Savannah.
That's right, Amanda. As Governor Morrisey just told us, this was not the outcome anyone was hoping for. A resident whose son lives just down the road, he was actually a part of the rescue pumping out the water. This resident told me the community is heartbroken.
I feel bad what's going on for the family and for him. I hate that it happened. I've been here almost since it happened. I was at my son's house where they were pumping out the water to get to him. So I feel sadness for the family. I mean, it's terrible. See, I freeze up. I can't do it.
Another resident came by to lay a wreath today and shared with me that her husband was in a mining accident in 2004 that left him disabled. She said she is grateful he was lucky enough to be alive to tell his story. She told me Steve Lipscomb should be remembered for who he was, not for just what happened to him, adding that miners go out every day and risk their lives. Community members tell me they are coming together and wrapping their arms around the family. In Nicholas County, I'm Savannah Young for 13 News.
Savannah, thanks. Lipscomb worked for the mining company Alpha Metallurgical Resources. In a statement, the company's CEO said, "Our hearts are broken." Steve joined our company in 2006 and was a dedicated employee, respected leader, and friend to many. His actions to ensure the safety of his crew members were heroic. On behalf of the entire organization, we extend our prayers and deepest sympathies to his wife, 2 children, and all who knew and cared for him. West Virginia leaders are also sharing their support for Lipscomb's family during this time. Delaney Wells has more.
And state representatives from across West Virginia have shown their support for Steve Lipscomb today, many of them reminding West Virginians to come together as the state has lost someone who is the backbone of its leading industry. U.S. Senator Jim Justice made a statement on his social media saying, "Thank you to the teams on the ground who worked nonstop to bring Steve home and to the communities around West Virginia for pulling together during this tough time." Representative Carol Miller told 13 News, "Thank you to Steve's fellow miners and the rescue crews that have worked tirelessly these past few days responding to this tragedy. I'm praying for his family, friends, and all those affected by his passing. Former U.S. Senator Joe Manchin, who was governor during the Sago mine explosion in 2006 and the Upper Big Branch mine disaster in 2010, gave a statement saying, "Our brave coal miners go into the mines each and every day to help power our nation and to provide for their families. Miners like Steve are the backbone of our state, and a tragedy like this deeply impacts all of us. Please join us in praying for Steve's family, friends, and loved ones as they grieve this unconscionable loss." Governor Morrisey announced Lipscomb's passing earlier this morning. He says he wants the state to come together to celebrate the life of Lipscomb and all coal miners over the coming weeks.
It's a somber day, but we also want to celebrate his life, and we want to make sure we celebrate the life of miners and what they do and what they've meant to the state of West Virginia. So I just want to make sure that we're all praying and we're thinking about the family and the friends and the colleagues of this miner right now.
As the state continues to mourn Lipscomb's loss, leaders are praising the divers who worked around the clock to rescue him and remind West Virginians to continue to celebrate his life. In Charleston, Delaney Wells, Tonight Live.